Hello there, welcome to my video. My name is Chisola Nyala. I know it's everyone's dream actually to pursue a degree in a college or university, but with me is a very interesting topic. I want us to talk about how to survive university. How can one survive college? I know college may be one of the toughest period in one's life because it comes with a lot of challenges. So let's get started. How do we survive college? How do we survive university? What are some of the most important tips to put in mind if really we want to pull through this most important stage of education? So actually my first point is you have to stay healthy. This is the first and the most important actually of all. You really have to be healthy if you really want to put in your best in terms of your studies, and for you to actually be stable to understand the course material and other stuff. You really have to maintain a good health. Now, being healthy simply talks about you exercising, maintaining a perfect social life so that stress and anxiety really doesn't get over you. It also includes eating good food. I know this is a time when we leave our families. Most of us eat food that are prepared by our parents. I mean, our mom, and it's obviously a balanced diet. But the moment we reach university, we feel like we really don't have enough time, and we keep running up and down, and mostly we don't actually get good food in terms of a balanced diet because we don't want to spend much time on cooking and other stuff. But I really want to remind you that your health is the most fundamental aspect for your success, because if you really get sick, definitely you will not be able to concentrate and focus on your studies. So you really have to keep health. That is the most that's our first point. That is actually the cardinal point and really a fundamental point. Then my second point is, I think you really have to form a study group. University is a bit different from high school, where an individual can easily survive by studying on their own. But when you get to university, I highly recommend that you form a group, at max a group of 3. Definitely a group of 2 will work, but 3, I think 3 is in my opinion 3 is the maximum you can actually go. In case you're wondering why form a group, there are people who feel like they can actually do it on their own, but I think I want to make mention of the fact that forming a group gives a third dimension of view on the study material. What I mean is that one's weakness may be the other's strength. In other words, other guy may be good in mathematics, the other guy may be good in other subjects. So at the end of the day, you are going to have a balanced equation where all of you will be able to supplement and help each other, and at the end of the day, the whole group will be at the same level, well balanced in terms of studies, no laggings in terms of a certain subject or something like that. Then the other point that I really want you to take note of in terms of hack skills, survival skills in a college, is you have to go to class. When we get to college, we have a privilege in terms of not going to class. Like, it's different from high school, where you really have less freedom in terms of attending classes. When you go to college, the faculty now realizes that you're actually an elder person and you really have to make decisions on your own. So they know that you are actually mature enough to make a decision to go to class. But so they don't bother about that. But don't take advantage of that by not going to classes, because going to class will surely help create a good relationship between you and your professor. And this is a very important aspect when it comes to college life. You really have to have a very good relationship there must be a very good relationship between you and your professor, because this is a man or a woman that is actually responsible for your future. They can surely do you good or otherwise. They hold your future in their hands. So maintaining a very good relationship is very cardinal. It's really, really important. I can assure you, they can really help you or do you damage. Then the last point I want to make is, you don't just go to class, you have to maintain notes. Really, you have to maintain good notes about the different subjects that you're learning. This is very important, because as far as we are concerned, for example, if you are studying engineering, let's say electrical engineering, the thing is, there's so much information about electrical engineering, and the 4 years is not enough to actually cover this so-called career. I mean, there's so much information and vast topics that can be taught under this course. So going to class will actually give you a guide on what you really need to study specifically for your exams. It's all about understanding what your professor is teaching and being able to tackle his problems at the end of the semester. So if you don't go to class, it'll be you might be a very good student in terms of studying on your own, but going to class will actually give you a guide on what you need to study. So that is actually an important point to note. And then I think I have two more points that I think are also important. Then the next one is, don't be shy to ask questions in class. Most students feel shy to ask questions in class. Of course, some students may laugh at you, but at the end of the day, you gain a whole lot to yourself than the people that laugh by asking more questions. And this really helps create that relationship between you and your professor. Then lastly, this one is quite a challenge, but try to pass through each and every lesson that you learn in a day. You may not really have the time to study all the material, but just to pass through each and every class for that particular day will actually help you have a direction for that particular semester. Basically, this is what I had on this platform, where I talk about different issues that I think are important to society. So I hope this video really helped you. Otherwise, you can do me a little favor by sharing this video and like my YouTube channel. My name is Solanyala. See you in the next video. May God bless you. Happy